Hello my peeps and peepettes, and welcome back to another review by Zombie. Oh, I've got a treat for you today. You know how I like doing my triple bangers. Well, here's a triple banger for you today, and this time it's an ECI triple banger. That's right, an ECI triple banger. You know how I like to get some products from ECI every once in a while, and this time I got tray products from ECI. So, if anybody's wondering what ECI is, that's e-cigarette impressions, and yes, they can be found at www.ecigaretteimpressions.com. So, this is going to be about the mini Ego VV pass-through. The coconut e-liquid, and an old but still usable technology that you can incorporate into a DCT known as the CE2 style Dual Coil Cartomizer. It's kind of interesting how this works. I'm going to go into this first. Now, yes, it does look like a cartomizer, but technically it's not. So, let's take a closer look at this. Yes, this looks like a cartomizer, and yes, it is pre-punched. However, this does not contain the polyfill. Oh, okay. So what's it got inside of it, Zombie? Well, if you're familiar with CE4s, CE5s, CE6s, about how they have the wicking design that comes from the top coil down and it feeds the liquid up, it's basically the same design. Okay, they have wicks inside here that come down from the top and feed down to the bottom, and that's how the technology works. There is a way to actually clean these. There are videos out there for this, and you use this in replacement of a dual coil cartomizer or a single coil cartomizer in your SCTs, your DCTs, your different style tanks, your Big Daddy tanks, your MAP tanks, VASH tanks, all the different cartomizer style tanks. So this is what's known as a CE or CE2 style cartomizer. So I've shown you the S-body DCT in the past, but I showed you the 3 milliliter, or the, I'm sorry, Zombo's having another brain fart. I've shown you the 6 mil version. Now we're going to take a look at the 3 mil version, because that's what we're going to use to show the CE style dual coil cartomizer, which you can actually get a few different versions at ECI of the 3 mil, and I happen to have 2 different versions here on hand, the clear and the blue. They are very nice, which they are polypropylene, which means you can basically put any kind of e-liquid into it because they're medical grade, and they'll hold up to the acidic e-liquids such as fluid. So let's go ahead and show you how to do this real quick. There is no need to fill this because there is no polyfill, as I've stated. So you just take and simply put this up into the bottom shaft, and you're going to want to line up the flange. Let's see if I can get that to focus there. Now, you see where they have the flange at there? So basically, what you want to do is get that to line up with the flange with that bottom locking cap, just like so, to where it'll look like that. That's exactly the way you want it to look. Alright. So now we've got it looking like this, and yes, you can see that I've got it, the top cap is completely off, and I have a reason for this, because it's easier to fill that way. Now, there's the top cap. Basically, once we fill the liquid, we're just going to take and snap it on down. So, we're going to take E.C.I.'s coconut e-liquid, which this is 18 milligram, I believe, yeah, 18 milligram, and all of their e-liquids are 70/30 PGBG. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because this is such a small tank that it's easier to fill it like this. So let's go ahead and fill that up. You're going to want to leave a little room for the top cap. I'll show you about how much room you're going to want to leave. Okay, about that much, folks. Yeah, that's plenty right there. Besides that, we need a little bit of air in there anyway. So line that up with the CE, and then just take in just a little bit. Hold that bottom area in place while you do this. Okay, doesn't take a whole lot of pressure. Just push that down in there. Alright. Now, as you can see, that definitely is not full. But my reasoning behind this is because you need to have some airflow in that chamber. Okay. Now we've got that, we can go ahead and install the drip tip that comes with it, which is a nice aluminum anodized drip tip. Put that in there. Now, as I've stated with everything in the past, grab yourself a little Kleenex, do a little wipe down real quick, never hurts. Take you a few draws to get the juices flowing through the chamber. Now set this to the side, because now we're going to talk about the mini Ego BB pass-through. This is something fairly new at ECI, and it's really nice because you can use this on any USB port, and you can use this in your car. You can also use this in wall adapters. Makes for a very nice e-cigarette. You never have to worry about it decharging because there's no charge to it. It just runs off straight power. So, and it has a very long cord too. As you can see. It's very cute. Take a closer look at it here. This is basically what it is. It's got a jewel tip for the ignition. Go ahead and plug this into place here so I can show you its features. Okay. When you plug it in, you'll notice that it will, well, let's see if I can get it right this time. It didn't do it. There it goes. See, it flashed at us to let us know that it was now plugged in. Okay, so here's the thing about the mini Ego variable voltage pass-through. It's variable voltage because on the ignition it changes colors, and I'll demonstrate that here in just a minute. The USB cord is actually 3 feet. And I guess you could say it's thumb size, but I mean, you see how big my thumb is compared to it. It's like a, I don't know. When I start to go through the lights here, I'll show you. The blue was actually 3 volts. Now, the pink, as you can see there, that's actually 3.6 volts. Now, the red, that is 4.2 volts, and green is the highest, and that is 4.8 volts. Take you back through that one more time here. The blue is 3 volts, pink is 3.6, red is 4.2, and green is 4.8. Now, this here, that indicates that it's turned off. You can see nothing flashing. So there you have it. So I'm going to walk through each one of these to demonstrate how it fires. So we're going to take the CE Dual Coil Cartomizer tank that we've fashioned together. Put it on there. Alright. And just so get a closer look at that, that's your completed E-Cig. I know it looks a little odd, but that is it. Alright. Now let's turn it on here. Now that is a 3 volt setting because it is at blue. So let's have a vape and see what it's like. Pretty good performance at 3 volts. Now let's increase it to 3.6. That would be the 3.6 setting. The taste is starting to get a little bit more profound. Vapor production is starting to increase a little bit more. Now let's increase it to the, I believe it's 4.2. Let me make sure. Yep, 4.2. This is the 4.2 setting. Vapor production has increased dramatically. The vape has become warmer, and that's because the voltage has increased. This, folks, is actually around my sweet spot when it comes to the voltage area. And I think that most of you will find that to be true whenever you're trying to find your own sweet spot. Okay, so may as well go for broke and jump it up to the highest setting, which is the 4.8. Now, normally, I would not recommend this because most times your cartomizers, your Pro Tanks, your iClear 30s, your Jenny style atomizers, whatever it is that you're using on the Mini Ego variable voltage pass-through is going to be standard res. Standard res cannot handle voltage that high. Okay, so here we go. And that's the last level. So let's have a vape, and we'll see what it's like. It's actually pretty intense. The flavor is completely there. I can taste the coconut completely strong. I think the vapor is probably, well, I can't say probably. The vapor is about, I can't say about either. The vapor is as intense as it's going to get. So at 4.8, that's as hot as it's going to run. You can't get any better than that. But I wouldn't suggest running it that hot, because you're going to find that if you run it that hot, you're going to burn your liquid down faster. You have the option of running that fast, or running that hot. If you want the extreme taste and you want that much vapor production, that's fine. By all means, do it. A lot of vapors out there, they will do that. They go through a lot of liquid, and that's cool. However, to the newbie, I would suggest running it at the purple level, which is 3.6 volts, and to the advanced user, the advanced vapor, which has been, doing this for like 6 months or better, I would suggest using it at the red level. And that's more or less my level, which is 4.2 volts, because that is pretty much, in my opinion, the best taste, the best vapor. So now that we've run through the settings on the Mini Ego VB pass-through, now let's go ahead and see about the coconut flavor. Because it is good. has that rich kind of milky coconut taste to it, which kind of reminds me of the there's a certain candy that you can get on Easter. It's chocolate coated though, but if you take the chocolate off of it and you just eat the coconut filling, this is what this reminds me of, and I can't remember what it is. I think Russell Stover makes it. I'm not positive, but that's what it tastes like. That's really good. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Now let's check the throat hit. Very nice, smooth going down. Very nice, smooth coming back up. Definitely got the warmness going down. Got the warmness coming back up. You got the intense flavor too that just screams out to keep vaping it. Works very well in conjunction with the taste. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 as well. Now let's check that vapor production. Very good vapor production. Very satisfying. There's lots of vapor. And you know, I've said this many times in the past, and I'll probably say it many, many more times, because you know that's what I do. A lot of reviewers will tell you that your vapor production depends upon your personal setup. Well, okay, fine. To all of those reviewers out there, here's the personal setup. Mini Ego VB pass-through, right there. Okay? This is 4.2 volts on a 1.5 ohm resistance CE Carto Dual Coil Cartomizer in a DCT tank with a BGPG of 7030. Okay? Now, my point to this is, when they talk about personal setups, and see, this is the part that infuriates me. They want to say that it's all about the resistance and the voltage and the wattage that pushes it. Well, fine, yeah, okay. But they're discluding the fact that it also has to do with the vegetable glycerin that's in the liquid. Okay? Please, guys, girls, ladies, women reviewers, and to the morons that are out there, okay? I'm sorry, somebody has to say it. There's VG in the liquid. It pushes the vapor production up, okay? You guys have to know this by now, okay? When there's VG in the liquid, there's going to be more vapor production. Yes, I realize your personal setup pushes the vapor production, but the VG pushes it out more, okay? Now, granted, if there was no VG, there would be hardly any vapor production. So then what are you going to say? Personal setup still? I doubt it, okay? Now, have I made my point, guys? Okay, thank you for listening. Sorry about that, my peeps and peepettes. It's just that there's some reviewers out there that get on my nerves. So, vapor production on this, As far as the personal setup goes, 9 out of 10. As far as the coconut goes, 9 out of 10 as well. So, there you have it. ECI's 3mm DCT, ECI's Mini Ego VB Pass-Through, ECI's CE Dual Coil Cartomizer, and E.C.I.'s Coconut E-Liquid. So, in essence, it wasn't a triple banger, it was actually a quadra banger. Well, I'm just getting all kinds of banging going on here, aren't I? So I hope you enjoyed the review. I'll post the links to all of the products down below in the description box like I always do. Be looking out for my 100th coming up. It's going to be great. It's going to be something special. And got a couple other reviews coming up too that are going to be pretty intense. I'll give you a little sneak peek here. It's called the Big Daddy Bobo. So, until next time, my peeps and peepettes, please subscribe to my YouTube, and as always, happy vaping.